Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I titled this video, We Keep Getting Blindsided, but are we? Are we blindsided, or do we just refuse to recognize our history and what history has shown us? Black people sometimes criticize other groups for sticking together. But let's be honest, sticking together is a survival strategy. It's protection and awareness. There's safety in numbers. And when you're Black in America, being alone in the wrong environment can turn dangerous very fast. We've seen too many tragedies happen simply because a Black person was isolated and surrounded by people who didn't understand their vulnerability. There is safety in unity. There is safety in community. And there is safety in being with people who understand your reality. Now, the truth is, most Black parents, FBA parents, do everything they can to protect their children, teaching them the history, the survival skills, and the awareness they need to stay alive in this country. But the sad reality is, you can't save everybody. You can't save everybody because they don't believe you. Some people won't listen, and some people won't learn, and some people won't take the warnings seriously until it's too late. Now, we have the tragedies of three young Black men in the public's eye right now: Carmela Anthony, Cyrus Belton, and now Nolan Wells. A lot of Black people are saying privately that if Carmela had stayed with his own group instead of wandering off alone, the situation might not have escalated the way it did. Not because he did anything wrong, because he had every right to defend himself. But when you're young, Black, and surrounded by people who don't value you, you're exposed to danger that you didn't create. Why wasn't he looking for his tribe? Why wasn't he with his tribe? This is what Black people are saying privately. Not that he didn't have a right to defend himself, because he did. Not that he had to walk away, because he didn't. But where is he now? Who wants that for their child? And that is why Black people say, stay away from certain people, stay away from certain situations. Not because you're teaching your child to be afraid, or not because you're trying to take your child's rights away from him. It's because you want your child to be safe, and you want your child to be comfortable with his own group. So even if he had gone to that tent with 2 or 3 other Black kids, it still would have turned out differently if it had been his teammates. I'm just saying, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm not. I'm just saying Black people have been taking precautions for centuries, and nothing has changed. And so you're still finding yourself in situations that turn out to be tragic when you just could have not even been involved in it, or not being alone. Black people cannot afford to operate in isolation in certain spaces. I just saw a video of a so-called Black friend of Nolan Wells who said that, oh, they were all going to go on the same boat, but one boat was crowded, so he went on another boat, and that's why. It's just a bunch of nonsense. He should not have been alone on that boat, in my opinion. And now the plot has thickened because a white girl was involved, and he was talking to the white girl. Now, we don't know what that was all about, but the girl is reported to have said that they went their separate ways, and she thought that he went back safely with his friends, but she has lawyered up too. So the plot thickens. So we keep having these L's in our community because people are not willing to accept the danger that they can find themselves in when they're alone. It really is that simple. So Black Americans are watching the same tragedy repeat itself. And at this point, it's exhausting. Carmela Anthony, Cyrus Kemick Belton, and now Nolan Xavier Wells. These names keep stacking up, and every one of them is a reminder that this country has not changed nearly enough when it comes to how it treats Black life. Every time one of these tragedies hits the timeline, we go through the same cycle: shock, grief, anger, confusion, and then silence until the next name shows up. That cycle is killing us. Over the centuries, a pattern has developed, and pretending these incidents are isolated is dangerous. These tragedies are happening in different states, different circumstances, different ages, but the outcome is the same. A Black person ends up harmed or dead in a situation that should never have escalated. And let's talk about us, the community, because our reactions are real. They're emotional, but they're human, but they're not strategic. We get loud, we get angry, we get heartbroken, and all of that is justified. But after the emotions settle, we don't move with a plan. We don't move with preparation, and we don't move with the lessons that history has already taught us. And that's where the danger is. Because when you live in a system that has already shown you how it sees you, reacting emotionally without strategy becomes an unforced error. The unforced error is on us as a community, not preparing for the reality we're living in. The error is thinking we're safe when history keeps proving we're not. The error is being shocked by a pattern that has been consistent for generations. And here's the good news though: most of us do know this lesson. Most of us understand the pattern. Most of us understand the danger. Most of us understand that we can't move through this country blindly, but knowing the lesson isn't the same as applying it. We know the system isn't neutral. We know the danger is real. We know the pattern is consistent, but we don't always move like we know it. We still get blindsided. We still get caught off guard. And we still assume safety in situations where safety has never been guaranteed. And that gap between what we know and how we act is where we keep losing people. America has already shown us how it sees Black people. It has shown us through policing, through the courts, through media narratives, through everyday interactions that escalate for no reason. We don't have the luxury of pretending we're living in a neutral system. We don't have the luxury of assuming people will treat us with fairness. We don't have the luxury of being unprepared. And every time we act like we do, we get blindsided. So, what does strategy look like for us? It looks like awareness. It looks like preparation. It looks like teaching our kids how to navigate a world that is not built for their safety. It looks like community training. It looks like knowing your rights, and it looks like understanding how quickly situations can escalate and how to de escalate them. It looks like refusing to walk into situations blindly. It looks like refusing to assume safety. It looks like moving with the knowledge that the system is not neutral. Strategy is not fear, it's survival, it's clarity, and it's protection. We are living in a moment where everything is recorded, everything is shared, and everything is amplified, but none of that has stopped the pattern. If anything, it just made the trauma more visible. And if we don't start responding with strategy instead of just emotion, we're going to keep repeating the same cycle: outrage, mourning, confusion, and then silence until the next tragedy. And this is not about blame, it's about survival. It's about clarity and strategy. And it's about refusing to let the next tragedy catch us off guard. We know the lesson, and now we have to apply it. It hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. And we owe ourselves more than emotional reaction. We owe ourselves a plan. Okay, y'all, let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.